Okay, so I don't think I've done a proper the fuck should you listen to me kind of like intro in this videos because I know I'm basically just documenting my way to $100,000 a month with my coaching company, and it should be easy. Well, it's not gonna be easy, obviously, but I've done it with another company. I took them to $1 million a month, and before that, I was in Nashville handling accounts with their paid media, funnels, copywriting, and stuff like that. I was managing well over $20 million in ads, and I've helped more than 800 people, coaches specifically, with their coaching businesses. I've documented, recorded, and shared trainings that have been used by at least 1,000 online coaching clients for another company, and I've helped them as well. I've spoken on stage about email audiences and ads to over 200 people, coaches specifically, next to New York Times bestsellers. I've done a lot of shit, man, and it wasn't until last year, very recently, that I decided that I'm just gonna not do this for other people. I'm gonna do this for myself and help people, because I was always in like the background, like the backstage, the behind the scenes, like, oh my god, you guys are growing so much, your company's doing amazing, how are you guys doing all these numbers? And I was a big chunk of it. I'm not gonna take the entire credit, obviously not. That's egocentrical and that's fucking stupid. But yeah, it wasn't until last year when because of some things that happened, basically it was like you should just make this jump and do it all of yourself, by yourself, basically. But now I have some people that help me out in my business, and in like less than 3 months, I've already replaced and almost, I believe, doubled, in some months quadrupled what I was earning for this other company, because I took the fucking leap, man. I took the leap and almost, okay, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I took the leap is not the best way of putting it. It was like I was like kicked in my ass to make the jump. You know, like you when you're at the pool and you climb up to the trampoline and like you're there. You're like at the edge looking down and you're like, fuck, this is taller than it looks. And you like look downstairs and the pretty girl you have a crush on is like looking at you. So technically you jumped, but it wasn't you deciding. You were like, there's an external factor. It's not like there's a pretty girl I'm trying to impress, obviously not. But you know what I'm saying, right? So it was one of those things, and it was one of like those blessings in disguise, that you never know why something is happening, but it's the best thing that has happened to my life. And it has granted me with the vision and the knowledge to instill this in other people who are wanting to do the same. And this is why other than what I'm doing now, I also did a membership for coaches who are starting out, or coaches who are working for other coaches, basically. And I put everything inside of this membership. It's like legit like $29 a month. Like, bro, if you're not able to invest $29 a month for you, then don't fucking do this shit. I'll link it down below, but whatever. It's the best thing ever. But yeah, I feel like the need to tell you this, because I don't think I've done this where like I talk about myself a little bit and like, why should I listen to this motherfucker? But yeah, I started this online thing late because I mentioned this in other videos. My goal was to get a nice cushion job in the US so that I could stay in the US with a work permit, but that didn't work. So obviously, like, I was on that route, on that mentality. Like, I did my undergraduate in the US, I did my master's in the US, all with the goal to get a job and get a job permit, and that didn't happen. So it wasn't until later that I kept working for other companies like online, and it wasn't until last year, legitimately, that I was slapped in the face and be like, yo, start your own shit. You're really fucking good at this, bro. And I'm so glad I did it. I've helped already a chunk of business coaches, a chunk of online coaches change their lives, which is pretty cool. Specifically, there's one specific client that they help marriages. They're not like a divorce client. They help marriages. And the fact that they're closing more people means that they're going to be helping more marriages, more families. And it's just fucking awesome, dude. Like, if you take the leap and you go all in the things that you do, you can legitimately help people. And you are put on this earth to create impact. And my impact, and it took me so long to understand this, my impact is being done through teaching people and helping them grow. That was a long tangent for what I want to talk about today, but I needed to say this because a lot of people are like, who's this motherfucker? And that's me. There's a lot more to the story, but I will do a full-on podcast when I move outside of this country, when I move outside of this office, in my new office. It'll either be Miami or Tampa. I'll do a full-on, full circle moment story. I promise you, it's gonna blow your fucking mind. And I know some people, hopefully I can get into like a podcast, because I feel like my story needs to be shared. People need to, like, I wish I had this story back then. I was like, whatever. All right, so nonetheless, here we are. A couple things. I know I mentioned this in another video, but I finally got to print it. Meteoric growth milestone. So this is like, you're crossing like your milestone. So like you got your low lane tier. So you have $100 a day, $200 a day, $1,000 a week, etc., until you're like at $10 million a month, and then you start highlighting what you get done. So I'll do this for the thumbnail. Awesome. And then I just printed this out, and I haven't highlighted because I don't want to disclose yet. I will. My new office, my new podcast studio. So today, something I read on a book. I forgot what I saw it, but I think it was super important. And it's something that I've seen a bunch of millionaires also adopt. And it's the mentality of plus equal minus. Yes, like math, like plus, like addition, equals, and minus, like the same shit. What this means is every successful person in the world, and I've met a bunch of millionaires. I've been very lucky to sit next to millionaires, talk with them, ask them a lot of questions, and they all share this thing. Like, looking it back in like retrospect, honestly. Plus equal minus. What does this mean? I'll go very quickly. I don't want to make this video super long. Plus, you have to have a plus in your life. A plus is somebody that you have to look up to. Somebody that you can look up to learn from. A plus. Somebody that's up there. Somebody that can add to your life. Knowledge, experiences, etc. A plus. You have to have a plus in your life, because you always need to have something or somebody that pushes you to get better. You have to have an equal. An equal is somebody that's in your same level that you can connect to, you can have experiences with, and you're at the same level. You speak the same language, you speak the same mindset, same everything. And the reason you want to have that is because you want to have people that you can surround yourself with are on the same level as you, equal, great energy. That's why you can't hang out with people who like push you down, bad energy, bad all this stuff, because that's just going to make it a horrible experience. And all these multimillionaires also have multimillionaire friends, and guess what they also have? They have mentors that make way more than them. They're happier or they're better at some part of their life. Doesn't have to be always financially, but mentally, maybe they have a better marriage, maybe they have better cars, whatever the fuck. Plus, equal. And then the minus. The minus is not like people you can look down to, but the minus is people who see you as their plus. The minus is people you can teach to, because you have to, we work in this collective, which basically means you have to use your knowledge and you have to use what you know to bring people up. Minus is people, quote unquote, under you that you can help and teach and bring forward. So if you have all these three, you will become fucking successful. It's just a matter of time. It's not an if, it's a when. So plus, equal, minus, and all of this, all of the millionaires that I've met, all of the millionaires that I'm friends with, they all have this same mindset. Okay, and I've been very lucky to be around them, and they all say the same shit. So they love hanging out with people at their own level. Obviously, they have like really successful friends, and you always see this. Like, successful people have really fucking successful friends. It's like a yin yang kind of thing, but essentially all these very successful people have equals. Okay, so find your group of people, and if your group of people can't relate to what you're doing, what you're teaching, then you need to find a better group of people. And these multimillionaires people, these very fucking successful people, they love teaching. You can see in our industry as well, Hormozy, very fucking successful, loves teaching. Dan Martell, very fucking successful, loves teaching. All the people behind me, all those books, they're very successful. They love teaching. Legit. Like, I hope it's fucking clear. And lastly, they love to invest in themselves to get better. All the successful people I've met, all and every single one of them reads books. They read books, they buy mentorship, they buy programs, they buy memberships, they buy information because they know somebody holds the key, the knowledge and the success that they need to get to the next level. And the reason why I also made my membership so fucking cheap is that you literally have no fucking excuse to join a new community that's going to be helping so many people. And I'm putting so much love into it as well. So I'll leave the link down below if you're a coach and you're kind of starting out. I'll leave it down below. It's super fucking cheap and it's the best. It's so good. And yeah, just go there. And yeah, happy Sunday. Next week, please make something meaningful. And I'm going to read the one page from the Daily Stoics. I'll be right back. Hopefully you can tell, like, I bring it from back there. It's always there. It's sitting. It's always in the same position. Why is it blue like this? Okay. All right. So today is May 29th. The last one was crazy. The last one was crazy. And it's been 8 days. May 29th. All right. Here we go. It's titled Work is Therapy. Work nourishes noble minds. You know that feeling you get when you haven't been to the gym in a few days? A bit doughy, irritable, I can't say that word, irritable, claustrophobic, uncertain. Others get a familiar feeling when they've been on a vacation for too long, or right after they first retired. The mind and the body are there to be used. They begin to turn on themselves when not put in some productive end. It's sad to think that this kind of frustration is an everyday reality for a lot of people. They leave so much of their potential unfulfilled because they have jobs where they don't really do much, or because they have too much time on their hands. Worse is when we try to push these feelings away by buying things, going out, fighting, creating drama, indulging in empty calories of existence instead of finding the real nourishment. The solution is simple, and thankfully, always right at hand. Get out there and fucking work, and do something that's meaningful. Remember, plus equal minus. If you've watched this far, drop a like. There's always the same group of people that are watching this. Like this video so it reaches more people and we can help more people. Again, I'll leave a couple links down below and I'll see you in the next one.